Let's look at the delay in the reopening internationally, more broadly from December 1. That's been pushed back to December 15. The Prime Minister speaking in about an hour from now with the state leaders on that.
Yeah, 4:30's National Cabinet. They'll meet this afternoon and discuss the decision of the National Security Committee of Cabinet last night to put a pause for 2 weeks on the planned reopening to vaccinated skilled migrants, international students and those coming from Japan and South Korea. This is kind of a halfway house decision. Not closing the border, still allowing the overseas arrival of fully vaccinated Australians and their families, no doubt leading to Omicron coming into the country, but stopping the workers and students coming in. The PM insisting they just need more time to look at Omicron and things will open. The measure that you took, given the border's already open, why do that pause? Isn't it, you've either got to go one way or the other, don't you?
This is a prudent and temporary pause. We don't know enough yet about it, and the advice that I received at the National Security Committee of Cabinet for COVID, and which my colleagues joined me on last night, was that this temporary pause will provide the opportunity to understand and learn more about this. It is not a reason to step back. It is just a reason for momentarily that we pause and we seek further information before taking that next step. And that next step is obviously skilled migration, students coming, as well as those on working holiday makers and the humanitarian program.
So the state health officers in Queensland, Western Australia and Victoria are quite worried about Omicron, are said to be wobbly on borders. Scott Morrison says this is not a step back. Clearly the big advantage here is the rate of vaccination in Australia, and some of the firmest comments yet from the PM today about the need for everyone in Australia to have booster shots.
What is important is we have a whole of population booster program. Whole of population. Ample vaccines to do that. As you know, we have sought advice about whether the time period for the booster shot should be brought forward. The Health Minister made that clear in the last few days based on conversations we had. And we will take the advice on that issue, just as we're waiting for the advice on vaccinations for children aged 5-11, which has occurred yet. We don't know that yet, but when we will, we're ready to go.
Andrew, one of the things that's been said about Labor and the Labor leader is that he hasn't fleshed out enough about his own vision, but that's coming by the sounds of it.
It is. So Anthony Albanese telling caucus today he will have a campaign rally in Sydney in the marginal Liberal electorate of Reid, it seems, on Sunday. This is the faux campaign kick-off for Labor, a special caucus meeting to be held on Friday, and I expect to see Labor's climate target as one of its first big policies of the campaign next week, Kieran.